My name is Patrick Duff. We're going to go over some fun stuff here. We got to talk to a congressman today, a congressman named Dwight Evans out of Philadelphia area, Pennsylvania, and he is the local congressman that represents a lot of the people in this area. And interestingly enough, I had always thought to myself, this guy has no idea what he's doing, and today he proved me right. And we'll see what happens here in a second. But let me show you that this host right there, Charles Ellison, was very mean to me and basically said I was a danger to people because I was trying to point out what a bill says, and then he refused to point out what the bill actually said. So let me first show you what the bill says. So H.R. 6666, if we just take these last three, oh yeah, that is kind of scary. To authorize the Secretary of Health and Human Services to award grants to eligible entities to conduct diagnostic testing for COVID-19 and related activities such as contact tracing through mobile health units and, as necessary, at individuals' residences and for other purposes. So what does the as necessary mean? So if I said by any means necessary, you'd understand kind of what the word necessary means. That means they will do whatever they have to do, and if they have to, it will be at individuals' residences. So the COVID-19 testing for this is $100 billion is what they're requesting for money for H.R. 6666. And let's see, that's the sponsor of the bill, Bobby Rush. And you're going to see in a second here something pretty interesting about this bill. But we're going to first go back to the radio program, Charles Ellison on WURD Radio.
For this particular bill to send a message now, get past the politics, of the Senate. At the end of the day, their constituents have needs to it. And I don't think it's a Democrat or Republican issue. I think it's an American issue.
Good, Congressman, we have a real quick question for you from Patrick out of New Jersey. Patrick, you're joining us here on Reality Check Midday as we're talking with Congressman Dwight Evans. Got it. I got you for a few seconds, Patrick. Ask your question.
Yeah, I just want to know Congressman's position on the bill that was introduced by Bobby Rush, H.R. 6666, which is going to allow for people to come inside of people's homes and test and create $100 billion for a contact tracing program. And it seems that it's going to be mostly only in the urban communities. And I just wanted to point something out very quickly. There's over 1,500 positive COVID tests for some reason in Camden, but Haddonfield, New Jersey has about 30. So it seems like, and there's no testing center in Haddonfield. So my question is, do you support H.R. 6666?
Yeah, Congressman.
Let me put it this way. I know Congressman Rush, and I agree with the principle. I don't have all the details, but I put it this way. I supported universal tracing a month ago. I said there was a need for universal tracing. I supported testing. I've been consistent. I voted for the last bill that had $25 billion in there for testing. That's almost over $100 billion in tracing. Look, and I stated in the case of Pennsylvania, I have raised issues with the governor and the mayor about the impact in terms of the African American community. So
Notice so far he has no idea about the bill. He's diatribing when he was asked about it. He knew little about it, right? Knew a little bit about it, right?
Would you? Because I don't have all the details on it. I
hear that? Let's see. I mean, he said it already, but he says it right here pretty clearly.
So I share with you, because I don't have all the details on it. I am more than.
Did you hear that? I share with you that I don't have all the details on it now.
Credit to it, but I just voted on the HERO bill, which shows that look, you're not going to deal with this issue until you deal with the public health question.
So let's see real quick who the co-sponsors are for this bill, H.R. 6666. It has 58 co-sponsors listed. Now, what Charles Ellison will say in a moment, you'll see that they are all, it's a bipartisan bill. But if you go through here, I don't see any Republicans that that are supporting the bill. There's not, I don't see any R's next to any of these names. It's completely a bipartisan bill. The bill itself says, yes, that it's referencing people to go in the house to test as necessary. But he doesn't know nothing about the bill. This Dwight Evans, Congressman Dwight Evans, doesn't know anything about the bill. At least that's what he says, right? I mean, you'd at least, if you knew anything about the bill, you'd want to let people know, right? So let's take a look here. Who from Pennsylvania is supporting this bill? Oh, co-sponsor of the bill that he just said he doesn't know about, knows very little about, he's the co-sponsor of. So he's just attaching his name to a bill he has no idea what it says. Now, the bill's not very long. I mean, this is one of those bills I would be kind of mad at myself if I didn't read it, you know. Let's look at the text of the bill. Look, let's see. Oh, that's it. Ooh, that's a big number there. $100 billion for fiscal year end. Such sums might be necessary for 2021 and any subsequent fiscal year in which the emergency continues. The emergency period continues. $100 billion going towards COVID-19 testing. $100 billion that's going to be spent to contact trace. And this guy had no idea about it. And you're going to see here that the radio host is a political hack, if you ask me now, Mr. Ellison. And I will not hold back. Your hackery was proven today, and we shall see proof of it right here.
That trade. You got to do it. So whatever the mechanism is, the reality of it is, I'm being very clear about that, and particularly about the African American community. So may it be in Camden, or may it be in Philadelphia, or may it be in Richmond. The reality of it is that has to be a priority.
Yeah, and just to be clear, Congressman, you have like you said, you co-sponsored that legislation, HR 6666. Also,
did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he just said? You're protecting his guest there. Take a look.
666.
Come on, let's hear.
The reality of it is, I'm being very clear about that, and particularly about the African American community. So may it be in Camden, or may it be in Philadelphia.
So remember, this guy said he didn't know. He knew very little bit about the bill. Didn't say he was a co-sponsor of the bill.
Yeah, and here we go. Just to be clear,
the hack.
Congressman, you have like you said, you co-sponsored that legislation,
like you said,
HR 6666. Also, Patrick, I want to be very clear here before I let you go, Congressman. Let's please stop spreading the falsehood that this is authorizing contact tracers to enter people's homes. This legislation does not call for that. Patrick, I just want to set the record straight on that, because people are having this once again, there's a lot of misinformation that's being spread out there, and it's real important that we put a halt to that during this time. It's real dangerous. And so the bill does not authorize anyone to enter anyone's home to contact trace for any reason. The bill is very clear about that. I just want to make sure we'll talk a little bit about that during the rest of the show. Congressman, I got to let you go because I know you have to go, but any parting thoughts on that?
For saying that, because I do agree there's a lot of misinformation. People need to concentrate. In the case of Pennsylvania, that vote by mail, we need to do the vote.
So there you have it. You have a host protecting the politician who didn't even know he co-sponsored a bill that he admits he knew very little bit about, couldn't really answer a question on it, tried to do a diatribe. During his diatribe said that he knew little about it, and then the host of the show, Charles Ellison, steps in to tell the public that he just told everybody that he co-sponsored the bill. Well, he never said that.
About that. Particularly about the African American community.
Let's hear it one more time.
May it be in Camden, or may it be in Philadelphia, or may it be in Richmond.
And this is how political hackery works. Even The truth is in your face.
Just to be clear, Congressman, you have, like you said, you co-sponsored that legislation.
Like you said, you co-sponsored that legislation. He never said that. You're a hack, Charles Ellison. Bye-bye.